looking at some pictures from the Ossipee Valley Music Festival as well as the sounds from the festival. Not necessarily corresponding to the pictures, obviously, a high woman's voice, and you've seen a lot of guys on there. But good morning, Raetha Stoddard. How are you?
Our guys have high woman voices. Get right down to it. Good morning.
Well, how are you doing? I know that you are gearing up. You guys have a huge event that you've been doing for quite a while. So tell me what you've been working on.
All right. Well, we've been at it for 12 years, so I'm working on delegating a little bit more. a great...
You keep your sanity that way.
I do. Although I didn't start with a lot, so it helps to dish it out.
Retain what you have. But we were talking off air, and I'm very excited that you're here because I never knew this was so expansive. Tell me, you started in 1999, is that correct?
1999, yeah.
How did you first think of this? Because you're the founder, correct?
Yeah, well, I had a coffee house in the area with Annie Provenzano. We ran the Dry Long So Coffee House for a number of years, and I was also working on WMWV, and there was a band that we were hoping to get to the coffee house, and when we called the manager said, there's some guy over in the South Hiram area that has that band. You got to call and check with him to see if it's okay to have him, at the coffee house. And I called, and Bill and I have been together ever since, running the festival. So,
that's great.
But it started 12 years ago in the Ossipee Valley Fairgrounds, which is an expansive, beautiful fairground. It's probably one of the most beautiful ones in the state.
So does it just look like a flat, expansive field, or what exactly
does it look like? No, that's what's so beautiful about it, is that there's huge wide open fields so that we can set up our stage and have plenty of tenting on the fields. But they've maintained the fairgrounds with the tall pines, and it lays right on the Ossipee River. So it's just, the grounds itself is beautiful, and there's tons of outbuildings, lots of RV hookups, plenty of quiet camping, plenty of places to be in the middle of the action. We have a vendor row with crafters and food vendors. It's putting up a small, I wouldn't say city, it's putting up a small village.
Wow.
The infrastructure is like a small village, and what happens there during the week is like a microcosm of what happens in a village. Friends come from all over. It is sort of funny that some of my local friends here still haven't heard about it, and yet I have people coming from the Czech Republic, from Texas, California, Florida. People come from all over. It's the largest acoustic festival of its type in New England. So well,
I have to say, I was rather ignorant before we were talking off air. Still am. There's a lot to know about this. Shocked at how big. How many acts do you actually have?
There's quite a few. We have a main stage with 15 national touring acts, including this year Steve Martin's backup band. For those who don't know, Steve Martin, the comedian, is also an incredible banjo player.
What doesn't he do?
Yeah, he won a number of awards this year for his banjo playing, and his biggest one for his liner notes. But his band, the Steep Canyon Rangers, are touring. We tried to get Steve Martin, but he was busy that weekend. We'll have to try another time, but his backup band will be there. And so we have 15 bands on the main stage, which amounts to about 30 hours of live music. We have 2 incredible dance bands. We have a Creole band coming.
Oh, fun.
And
a little two-stepping?
Yeah, whatever. Two-stepping, and it turns into 8-stepping when I do it. I don't know what happens, but...
Stumble-stepping when I do it.
And then we have a rockabilly band, the Sean Mencher and his Rhythm Kings, who's local, but he plays all over the world at rockabilly fests. And then we have a second stage for regional bands. And
those young upstarts and not so young upstarts that are breaking into it.
And when I watch them, I always feel like I'm sort of Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, because it's all right there in my own backyard. On top of which, we also have a dozen workshops. We have a fiddle camp this year run by Daryl Anger, who is just a fabulous fiddler who we just snatched from the West Coast. He moved from California. He's based in Portland, Maine now. So he's going to run a 2-day fiddle camp with some other fiddlers. We have a children's academy. So children come in, you pay at the gate, and everything else is included. So
and what's a children's academy?
The Children's Academy is an opportunity for kids to experience the instruments, and they're acoustic-based instruments. We have a strong bluegrass tradition there, and then all the roots and branches that come from bluegrass and Americana music. And we have a what we call a petting zoo, which is where they get to just try instruments. They write their own song and learn to play it and then sing it on the main stage.
Oh, that's so great.
And we do that for 3 days. There's instructors that come and help them so that we can keep the tradition going.
What do you classify as a kid? Can I squeeze
yes.
in there? I would love. I've always thought the banjo was incredible, an incredible instrument. So what is the age range of this?
Well, our children, 17 and under, are free in the festival, so you're a pretty young-looking woman. You could probably you might get away with it.
Thank you.
You might get away with it.
I like how you describe it's almost like an experience, though. I mean, festival almost doesn't cover it because you started with bluegrass, but you've encompassed so much now, and it really is an experience of the camping thing. I mean, that's kind of what sold it to me, actually, that I can bring my boys there and we can go camping for a few days, hear some great music, have them have a fantastic time, you know, maybe learn how to play a song and just start to experience and maybe catch the bug of this great music genre that you've covered.
It's a wonderful high. It's just an adrenaline type music. It's very driving, and the festival activities are really, they're hard to describe. It is. It's a small village with so much going on. I haven't even talked about our contests. We run the New England Flat Picking Banjo and Songwriting Contest. We give away over $10,000 worth of prizes. And what that does with 30 plus bands and all the contestants that come, and then the listeners are all players too. They love, you know, they're all learning how to play or at different levels. What it does is there's just music everywhere. There's what we call pickin' parties going on until 4 a.m. in a place away from where you and your boys would be sleeping, because it's huge.
That's it, I'm out.
Yeah,
so it sounds fantastic, and it really is. You can find your own niche there, no matter what you're into. You know, the Creole. That's a great idea to bring that in. So your motto or your tagline is sort of daring to be different, and that really does show the encompassing nature of this festival. Let's talk dates, let's talk prices, and what people need to bring to something like this.
The dates are July 22nd through the 25th this year, and people come, the campground is open. The Sunday before, people come and start setting up, and you got to bring your own chair and your camping supplies or your RVs. We're in a small village, extended village, so there's plenty of shops and places to get things if you forget.
So is there food on the premises, or do you have to leave the festival
we have vendors right on the premises, and craft vendors as well. And the price is for a 4-day ticket right now, if you're quick and get the early bird until June 29th, $75 for 4 days, and that includes everything. And then the 3-day ticket is $65, and they both go up $10 after June 29th. You can get them at the gate. It's a huge facility. We will cut it off at some point. I don't think we're quite there yet, but
well, you don't want to pack them in.
That's
that takes away from the experience. What are the ages? You said 11 and up?
17 and under are free with an adult, and we also have day tickets, so you can just come for the day and check it out. I would suggest Saturday if you just want to see it for the first time. Saturday is a big full day of activities with contests and workshops and full stages. And
what time during the day does it actually kick in?
It doesn't ever stop. It truly does not ever stop. I always said it's like being dipped in a vat of music. You're just drenched with it all the time.
Pleasurable.
It really is. And speaking of which, you don't get drenched there by the rain because everything can be undercover. We have a huge main stage. We have huge stage, main stage shade tents. We have all these outbuildings. So our dances are undercover. Our contests are undercover. So we have some campers that tuck right into the animal stalls, and it's really fun. It's charming.
Well, fantastic. Again, let's do the website and a number.